Okay, we are here without Madhusudan Maharaj again in separation. Really sad that he's not here with us. He's in the airplane going somewhere. I'm not sure where, maybe Mauritius. Then we have here special guests. Kelly Kanamanana, Abhinava, Jagaranga is here also. My Danava pranams to all of you, Rupanuga Prabhu, Sivarupa, Anna, Rinavaneshwari, Sarasi Romani. Look who's here. Sarasi Romani, look who's here. Your dear sister, Haley, and Lila Sunari Didi here also. And Radha Sunari Didi, Dandava pranams. So let's start doing our mini invocation, auspicious invocation. Then Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupan Sagrajatam Sahagana Natam Litam Tan Sajivam Sadvitam Savadutam Parijanas Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahaganamrita Shri Vishakam Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuram Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavananyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goradvise Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasarigora Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are here, Govinda Farm, end of the festival. We have every day some devotee going going to their homes, going, and every goodbye it's more sad and sad. We're suffering separation of the devotees. We had like 60 70 people in the festival, and suddenly we're here in 10 devotees, but more and more they're going. And but that's life. Then we can continue to until the next festival, the next year. And as Maharaj always says, every day it's festival in Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Math, who those who participate of the festival. We are continuing the programs every day. Giraj, it's staying here forever with us. And really, I hope he's happy with us. We are doing our best to worship him as he's deserved. And everybody here is engaging, doing something so beautiful to be around. These devotees always enthusiastic, doing something and really in the mood of service, as Matsuda Maharaj always keep service 24/7, 25/7 actually. Then we can start. Maybe someone has a question, has a contribution. If not, we have some texts, then we can read and we can share with you all. We have here two qualified Vaishnavas with us, Abhinava and Kelly. Yes, Evarupa Didi.
Sandra, Shalom, so good to be with you. Hare Krishna. So I have been following as much as I could online, and the whole mood or the theme of the Govinda Farm Festival seemed, I think it was union in separation. Is that right?
With love and affection.
Yes. Is it one of the themes?
Yeah, union in separation with love and affection.
Oh, yes, of course, with love and affection. Not forgetting that. Yes. And it just seems I've also seen the short where Maharaj was leaving and everyone was singing, and it actually feels like we're right there and we're experiencing what everyone is experiencing, although possibly not on that level. But now, as Leela Moy Prabhu was saying, that as each devotee is leaving back to their homes, you constantly feeling that um, it feels like parts of your heartstrings are leaving, and that yet remembering everything that you went through in the festival, how beautiful it is. And so maybe, you could just tell us more about how are you managing, how are you, more about the theme of the union in separation with love and affection. Now that Maharaj has also gone, Paramananda Prabhu and Mohanananda Prabhu, and each devotee as they drift off into their own Sankirtan, may I say. Yes.
Well, I mean, I can say that it's the festival is such a beautiful festival, and as you know, you've been here before at this time, and every year it seems to be increasingly more and more beautiful, and the feeling that we used to always have going to Navadip to our main temple, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mati in Navadip, that feeling of what it was always like to go there and be with Srila Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj, then that feeling is present here. So that union in separation, we're feeling that union by coming together with so many of our God brothers and God sisters, and all of the beautiful new disciples that are coming through. It's not like it's a type of consciousness, and everyone is being drawn into this particular type of consciousness. And it doesn't matter whether you were in India in the time of Srila Govinda Maharaj or not. It's that we are still trying to connect with that consciousness, because it's a living thing, and everyone that's being drawn into that is just as much a part of that as it ever was before. So it's the new people that are coming along now, they're feeling something so special, but for us it's also amazingly special because they're contributing to that same feeling that we had before. So they're experiencing it, and they're also enhancing the feelings that we had from when we were there before. So it's really just such a beautiful and special time. And now, as like it's quite kind of abruptly, a lot of people, the first couple of days when people were leaving, it sort of was a bit abrupt. But also now you can with such fondness, you can remember, you're thinking about all these devotees as they're traveling back to their countries and their homes. But it's really that remembrance, that love and affection it's very strong, and we know that each time that we come together, that those relationships will be stronger and more beautiful from each time that we've spent time together. Actually, I'd like to hear from Anna, because she came to the festival, and now we see here she is on the screen somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure where she is now, but I'd love to hear what her experience of the festival was.
Dandawat, everyone. I'm very happy to see some familiar faces from the festival and to see everyone and to join the Zoom. It was in the festival. I was quite new, and it's the first time I joined the festival. Every day when chanting, I was tearing. I was so emotional. As every day, and especially to see everyone and also to experience the devotional and service of everyone to the Gurudev and to the festival is very touching for me, and I'm quite new with all the knowledges and people, everyone, they are so kind and they are so also very vulnerable and honest, and it makes me comfortable. But yeah, I feel I'm too lucky to be there. Like every day, I feel like, oh my God, it's like unbelievable that I'm there. And yeah, and now I'm back at my home in Bangkok. And every day I still practice. I also listen to the kirtan, still practice like chanting. And yeah, we also preparing some events in Bangkok. And yeah, I would love to continue joining the Zoom and reading and practice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very nice to hear your feelings, Anna. Like Abhinav was saying, we're actually we get a lot of enthusiasm from hearing how everybody actually is touched in different ways when we come in connection with the holy names of the Lord, and we hear what is the prospect of our lives, something that is so wonderful and oftentimes not really spoken about in other places, and also not to such a high degree with so much detail. Like we were hearing this morning that Gurudev was saying in Revealed Truth, everyone is chanting, all religions are actually chanting the holy name in some form. Like Buddhists are chanting Buddha, the Christians are chanting Jesus Christ, Muslims are chanting to Allah, but everyone can appreciate the value of chanting the names of the Lord. Gurudev saying it doesn't actually matter, but to actually have some feeling, to try to, with affection, call the names of the Lord. But we're very fortunate because the Lord is also revealing himself in different times and different places according to the people of the time. And we're very fortunate that we've come in connection with great saintly persons who, by their the devotion and purity in their hearts, they themselves came in connection with the highest conception of reality. And they are actually representing a current that's descending from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And they're extending that to us, even though I can say myself supremely unqualified, but we are hearing of very intimate truths about the nature of reality and given very specific tools on how to actually progress, how to cultivate divine love in our hearts, how to learn how to surrender, and how to fine-tune that process, how to recognize situations that are coming to us in our lives, how to adjust ourselves with those so that we're not simply reacting, but we actually recognize or start to recognize that everything that is coming is actually waves of mercy from the Lord himself. And these festivals where we come together and we hear from our gurus and we hear from our seniors who themselves have spent so much time in Krishna consciousness and meditating on the words of our gurus and trying to apply that in their lives, then we become more focused in our attempt and start to not just read the words, but actually they start to have an impact on a deeper level in our hearts. And maybe then we refine our approach just a little bit more, or we become a little more serious in our attempt. We feel some greater urgency to dedicate ourselves, and it doesn't actually matter if this is the thing, like Maharaj, Srila Madhusudan Maharaj was saying, this festival of union and separation, not just from like physically from our masters, but thinking about everybody around the world. That's not just those who are physically present at the festival, but including everybody around the world. We may not be in the same location, but we're all actually aspiring together. And the main point is that we want to, as much as it's beautiful being together and we're so attached to each other, which is so wonderful because everyone is so sweet and holds so much affection in their hearts, we also want to put into practice what we're hearing, and that can be done wherever we are, whether we're with our guru, whether we're with our seniors, or whether we're home in some remote corner of the world. We want to actually make ourselves good receivers so that we're actually able to hear the words of our masters, take them into our hearts, and apply that in our lives. So that was a message that we were hearing very strongly here at the festival. Krishna consciousness is very practical, and we want to actually someday feel that thing that our masters are describing. Not that we just sort of float along and it's like it's all very happy and wonderful and we're dancing joyfully, and that's beautiful, but we also want to actually, in a very real way, offer ourselves to that current that's descending and try to serve that from our heart, so that maybe one day the holy name will reveal himself in our hearts. And it's a very happy prospect. It's one that we also want to take seriously and try to every day make some progress in that line. Yeah.
As I was just thinking, it's also beautiful you're talking about all the people around the world, you know, that we're, even whether they're present or not present, the feelings that we have for all of the Vaishnavas, when we're coming together, it's easy to have that greater appreciation. And so many devotees are coming from different places, like Hasya Priya was here from Sokel Ashram. So automatically we're thinking about the various devotees that we know in Sokel, and we're remembering them. So we're having some union in separation with love and affection for them, you know. And then and the Brazilians, there's so many Brazilian people that, you know, weren't able to come. And, you know, Seva Rupa, of course, we're always seeing you, remembering you, thinking about you. And there was even some Australian devotees here, so we can't help but think about dear Rupanuga and many of the other Australian devotees. So, and Salt Lake was well represented here this year, so we're remembering all the Salt Lake devotees as well. So and Russian devotees, of course. And so it's really beautiful that everyone that comes, they're like a little emissary for their country. And it's not just like they're the only person that's present. You know, by them being present, so many other people are being remembered and inquired about. And so we can always hope that we're remembered and inquired about and be in the thoughts of the Vaishnavas, you know, various things that are going on around the world.
And it's a good point too, because there we can see, like, really practically, like when we sing the song in the morning, Bajare, Bajare Amma, like, oh my mind, please remember these personalities, the associates of the Lord. And why? Because actually they are conscious of us, and they are affectionate towards us. And so just like you're saying, like when we're remembering our God family around the world who might not be with us right now, or maybe it was in the past, that connection is still very much alive right now when we remember them, right? And it actually fills our heart with affection, and we remember the things that we've learned from them, their teachings. And in the same way, like we think of our masters and with affection try to offer ourselves. And something is actually, Gurudev saying it's a heart-to-heart transaction. We can't actually understand with our brains how it works, but actually they are mercifully extending towards us, though they might not be physically present here, and we can't conceive it with our minds, but that's actually reality.
And that's so then throughout the year we have so many appearance and disappearance days, and so on those days, you know, we're worshiping these personalities because we can, through our, you know, worship, attract their grace because they want to be merciful to us. You know, it's not that it's a closed thing. It's the whole point of Mahaprabhu coming and the extension of Krishna consciousness is because it is an intentional distribution. That's the beauty of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is that it's an extreme, desperate extension of distribution of something so beautiful that we can't even imagine, but it's being, you know, we're being chased after to try and accept it.
And it's being potentized too. It's not like, oh, well, I wasn't there with Srila Guru Maharaj, and so maybe I missed something, or I wasn't there with Srila Govinda Maharaj, or I wasn't there. But actually, it's that telescopic system where each, like, I don't have the power to, all the time, the consciousness that, like, to actually sit down and study the Vedas. I can't read the Bhagavatam on my own and think I'm going to understand anything. I can't approach the pastimes of Mahaprabhu and think I'm going to understand anything. But our masters, they're actually taking the scriptures and condensing them in a very refined way. Like, these are the essential points. Like Guru Maharaj, the Sri Sri Prapana Jivanamritam, collecting gems of nectar from the Vaishnavas that are relishing all these things. And he's saying, like, little drops of nectar falling from their mouths as they're ecstatically tasting these things which are way beyond us. But then he's presenting these little gems as the vital points for us to hold in our hearts and worship. And so in that way, we can also see that we're in an extremely fortunate position because we can't approach something so high. We actually need it to be condensed.
Pointed out.
Right, right.
How would you know? Like, I was thinking about this the other day in the Bhagavad Gita. How would we know the Chatra Shloki of the Bhagavad Gita? Like, if I was just reading through, I would just skip past it and be like, okay, yeah, it's another verse. I'm reading something. But because our masters are pointing these refined things out and expanding upon them, that we can, like, be, you know, amazed and marveled at the at what is actually there. Like, we don't even know what's there, even though it's right in front of our face.
And because they're affectionate towards us, like, you see, like, Gurudev can actually give the heart of Guru Maharaj because he is 100% soul to him. He has his heart. He lives in Guru Maharaj's heart. Therefore, he can give that to others. We can't just jump there. And the same way, Srila Madhusudan Maharaj has completely, long time ago, emptied himself from his own personal desires, wants, wishes, and just solely filling himself with the words of Srila Gurudev. What is their desire? What will make them happy? Constantly refining that thought, that prayer, and giving all of his thoughts, words, attention, everything in that service. And so he can then extend Gurudev's heart because he's living there, you know. And so then by his affection towards us, then we can know a little bit more who is Gurudev. Like Gurudev said, you can actually sit in the temple for 30 years in close proximity to your guru and not know who he is, not actually get anything. right? So it's by those that have something in their hearts, they can extend to us. And so we are not far away. We haven't missed the boat. We haven't come at a time where, oh dear, and I'd missed all those past times. It's alive very, very, very much. And if we can serve those who are connected in that way, then by their affection, they will and do extend that directly into our hearts. So it's
And it's obvious, you know, for like we're seeing all of, you know, the next generation as it were. I mean, it seems funny to us to say like that, because we are seeing that the qualities of all of the new disciples are how brilliantly they're shining, and we're embarrassed about how brilliantly you're all shining compared to our, you know, very meager attempts to serve. And it's so heartwarming and encouraging to see that bright light of everyone's devotional aspiration coming through in the way that everyone's sharing their hearts and with, you know, with love and affection. It's so beautiful.
This is a good point because our masters, our gurus, they are really 100% available. They really want to give this to us, to give their mercy, to give everything to us. But we need to be aware that we need to be good recipients for that. Really need to sacrifice everything that we think that it's ours, that I want this, I want that, and mine. It's not about that, you know. We hear this every time, almost every lecture about Sharanagati, that we really need to be available for every circumstance. And really, by their mercy, we can get something. But we need to be empty without any desire and without anything that's not proper for us. We need to be really available for all this grace, all this mercy to get inside of us. Then we can distribute this. And we are not going to distribute this because it's my property or something. It's no, we are instruments that we can be used by really to keep this current alive. For us, for many of us here, we are really new practitioners, at least in this life. And we need to be aware of that our masters are really completely available for us. And we can really be 100% dedicated in service. Of course, we're trying and keep going always.
I see Radha Sundari is there. I'm not sure if you're available to talk, Radha Sundari, but she was just here and then she's back in India now. She was doing such beautiful service while she was here. Are you able to talk to us at all, Radha Sundari, or are you busy? We'd
I'm
like
on
to
the
hear your
way.
thoughts on-
As usual, the morning is very busy here, and it's 7, I think, 7, almost 8 o'clock. So I can just say a few words if you desire,
Please, yeah.
but I don't know what to say. I just miss you so
So what
much.
your feelings of the festival?
It's about the festival, yeah?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
or was there
Kartik here.
something?
What was the festival the most dear to me? I usually
Yeah,
feel
anything.
festival or anything through the people, not like a place or nature, but the nature and place was really also beautiful. So I just saved the best moments with the people in service with Haley. I'm really happy to know her. It's Sarah Shiromani's sister, and we were doing garlands together. I love
still doing
Sankirtana
garlands?
moment. Yeah, I know, we discussed that before. Amazing. Haley, I love you. And I came back to Maipur, and here is Kartik, so it's lots of people, and they go for like Mangalarti at 4 a.m. and then Darshanarati, and then in the evening lamps offering. And I went to the temple, and it's maybe thousands people, and I go around and I feel lonely sometimes. Yeah. So I'm in deep thoughts now. I don't know what to share. I guess we have to just wait for the next festival. And I love to be in back to basics because it's always refreshes the taste for Krishna consciousness. Especially for those who take Krishna consciousness as granted, because I was born in Krishna consciousness family, like my parents already was practicing, so I would not value it like something like like I found a treasure. It was just as usual, normal, basic life. And I love to see a beauty of Krishna consciousness through the others who got attracted to the idea, devotees, and philosophy. I'm not a big philosopher, but I like to hear how they came and why are they here. It's really inspiring and keeping me attracted, I would say.
Was there something that you heard from any of the devotees just when you were chatting, or from any of the classes that you've taken away that you're meditating on and are wanting to maybe put into practice in your day-to-day life?
Well, Bhakti Lalita said that we should have our practice as like in an emergency mode, not just like, I think she was saying that Gurudev taught them that it should be as an emergency. Because sometimes I think life is long and I have something else to do, always one or another, just normal life routine. But I remember she said that and I started thinking about it. So this is what I'm meditating on. And of course, Sudarshan was talking about Sharanagati, but this wasn't new for me because here I work at the office and with the devotees, and we often discuss this topic, like anything happened with me around or in my mind, I can offer to Krishna. So I was already practicing it, but it was really nice to hear it from him again and again as a Sharanagati, like try to see Krishna's will in everything and just offer anything to Lord. Yeah,
Beautiful.
every situation. Miss you all.
Thank you also.
See you. I gotta run now, but I'll be here. I'll just move around.
Dandavats, everyone. I can say something different from someone who have not been physically at the festival. That is what I feel when I am live, what I felt live singing with the kirtans with you there at the same time, and sometimes with my cartels at and listening each instruction and story told. I knew that the strength, the power, and the beauty of the sangha, of the association, is definitely not of this world. It is not material. It is if, as if there was no difference whether my physical body was dead or not. So I won't even try to put into words. I just want to thank my Gurudev and all the devotees, all of you, for being so kind and welcoming to us. So thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So maybe we can hear. Oh, there got it. I was going to ask about Haley, her thoughts, and Lila Sundar also, but they're gone for now.
Priya Sundari is there, maybe.
Yeah, Priya Sundari, do you want to share something that really touch you?
Navas. Yes. Let me open the camera and say that it's very it seems that it doesn't end at the festival, right? It feels like this is, I don't know, an energy boost for the next for the rest of the year. And also that after the festival ended, I continued with the practices and the morning routine and all. And so I was listening to another lecture of Srila Maharaj, and he was talking about the sacrifices. And this festival for me was all about how much you can open your heart to other devotees. And in a sense, that is for me one of the sacrifices. I think it's part of Sharanagati. I don't know if it is. So if it's not, please you can correct me. But it feels like just opening the heart to devotees and listening with your heart open as well. All of those exchanges, they could be part of that attempt of Sharanagati, attempt of just surrendering. And sometimes this surrender can be very simple. And in the festival there are so many devotees, and it's as if everything there is from another world. And so every step you take, every person you meet, they can bring some joy for you. So it's about, it was very precious to even the small interactions and the small wisdom exchanges, they would be so much more nurturing, because you had an attempt of keeping the heart open. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's about, yes, so it's something that I've been meditating on after and carrying it with me. And I can resonate on what Radha Sundari shared about the urgency of the Krishna consciousness, because we don't know, right? Bhakti Lalita said that, and it's true. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Maybe this will be the last festival for me. I don't know. We don't know. So all of that is a reminder for how precious all of those small moments and all of those that I see as just a small moment, but actually can be life-changing, because it's not about the time, it's about how much you can open yourself to them, because there's a lot of depth in each of those. Yes. Sorry, I don't know if it makes a lot of sense, but this is just some words from my heart. And yes, I plan to watch all of the recordings once again, because there was a lot of wisdom shared there. And I am very, very grateful for all the mercy that I can't even comprehend that was shared with me, and that brought me there. So it was all mercy. And yeah.
Amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful. So I can ask now. Oh, they're back. Haley, do you want to share something? Few words that really touch you, then you can share with us.
I mean, right now I feel so happy to hear from Priya Sundari and Radha Krishna. We all were like living in a house together and doing service together, and it just felt like a sisterhood, and it was just so special. And I'm so happy that we were still able to connect and listen to each other, and that's something I'll cherish forever. But I mean, I feel like I need to get my notebook out to read like all of my notes, because we were so like completely immersed in this like every day, so many talks, so much kirtan. It's hard to express how much we received. It's the feeling with every single day was just right, like in the heart, like indescribable. Like I just wanted to cry most of the time. I just like all of the love, the support, the wisdom. It's still something I'm trying to process and digest, but I just am lucky to be here. I don't know how I'm here, but we're so, so lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's one of the part of the teams that always busy doing something, always looking for some seva, and really, really, really beautiful to see her devotional mood. And we have here our amazing, dearest Lila Sunar Didi. She's always here with us. Maybe you can share something, please.
Thank you to all of you. I think one of the things that I get from the festival is that it fills me up. And when I'm wavering at home, sometimes I look at photos and then I get it again. Oh, filled up again. And I remember and I'm grateful. And I can't wait till the next one. And I have made such wonderful devotional friends and some new ones this year as well. So thank you. I just can't wait for the next one or the next moment, or that I'm with other devotees and sharing our Krishna consciousness and learning. I'm always learning, daily learning, and I'm the worst at bhajans. And I and I keep thinking next year I'll do better next year. But anyway, we'll wait and see. So thank you again, and I will see you on Zooms or whatever. Thank you. I can't do anymore.
And this, we constantly repeating this about this connection that we have with internet, Zoom, and everything. It really feels like we all connected somehow. And for those that were not here in the festival, I'm sure every one of you watched the classes and broadcast and on Instagram. It really is something special, this power of internet, if you can use properly. And of course, we have here also our dear Jagoranga Prabhu. He's one of the main heads here, doing a lot. Maybe you can share something with us. Few words.
Okay. My Dandavats to all the devotees. It's what to say. It's very inspiring to come to Thailand to the festival and see, to be with the devotees and to see them all so dedicated, doing so much service, seeing Leela Moy Prabhu, Ram Sundar Prabhu, they're, constantly engaged, never stopping. To see who else was here, Priya Sundari Didi, Radha Sundari Didi, Haley, Leela Sundari, Abhinava Sundar Prabhu, Kelly Kadamba, they're all doing such nice service. And, I aspire to have the mood of service that they have. They're all so dedicated, and of course to be with Maharaj, to be with Srila Madhusudana Maharaj again is very special. To have his association is so valuable. I feel very fortunate that I got that time, and now here, we're very small skeleton crew, but we're continuing the programs, and trying to remember what Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj are giving, their instructions, their conception, and trying to practice that fully with full sincerity and dedication. Jai Gurudev.
So, any questions? Any contributions? I'm sure every one of us has some in your hearts to share, or some question for Abhinav, Kelly.
We had one question during the festival and we were shy to ask with Kate. The question is, and I think this month is perfect for this question. Why is Kartik month is Radharani's month? Can you share a good story behind that, Kelly?
I don't know if I can share why it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it is.
Yeah. Probably not the we'd have to do the homework to find out the actual details about why I don't know why it is. I mean, it is what it is. Why does Krishna appear in spring? You know?
We can read something.
Yeah, it means you have something. Or... Yeah, okay. Kelly Kadamba's got something.
I mean, maybe you already read this. I'm not sure, but this is from Gurudev explaining how Kartika is observed in Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mott, and it was published in the Gaudiya Darshan in 1957. It says, Kritika is the name of a nakshatra zodiacal sign. There are 27 nakshatras. The month Kartik comes from Kritika nakshatra's name. Sri Radhika's mother's name is, well, here it's written Kritika, but it's, anyway. He also says in other places Kartikaya. Those who can look up through fine ontological analysis towards Sri Radhika's position far above the nakshatras have faith that the fundamental identity of the month of Kartik originates from Sri Radha's worshipable mother. It says Kritika, but also, yeah. They see the special presence of Kartiki Devi, Sri Radhika, in the month of Kartik. Hang on, I'm just going to read that sentence again. Those who can look up through fine ontological analysis towards Sri Radhika's position far above the nakshatras have faith that the fundamental identity of the month of Kartik originates from Sri Radha's worshipable mother, Kritika. And they see the special presence of Kartiki Devi, Sri Radhika, in the month of Kartik. In that connection, through the Lord's statement, Mahasanam Margashishoyam, of months, I am Agrahayam, the month following Kartik. They see Sri Radha Madhava's coupled position and rejoice. I mean, it's very high what he's saying. During this month, all sections of worshippers of Sri Radha Govinda carefully observe special regulations. Those who have faith in Sri Gaura Sundar's Sankirtan Yagya, the sacrifice of chanting the holy name, they engage in this method of worship in service to Sri Gaura Sundar. Presently, the servitors of Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mott engage in Sankirtan and various other services. The devotees perform the standard service to the Mott's presiding deities, Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar, and engage themselves daily in various services from daybreak until nearly 4.5 hours into the night. During the observance of Kartik, the devotees residing in the mott daily lead a kirtan through the village at sunrise, and morning, afternoon, and evening recite Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, and other scriptures. They chant the holy name, distribute prasadam, and perform other customary devotional practices. Many gentlemen and ladies join this practice of the eternal Dham and benefit both themselves and their community. So, I mean, Guru, he's not actually going into like huge amounts of detail of why and this and that, just simply saying that just is her month. The month before is Krishna's month. The month after, that just is her month. I mean, can you add?
No, and that's the, I suppose, the important thing is our, we're only doing anything that we're doing is by the grace of our gurus. And these are really very, very refined conceptions. And okay, maybe we can have some sort of, understanding of what is what, and, but really everything comes down to grace and how the substance of what it is that we're aspiring for can be revealed in our hearts. And, that is far more powerful than any understanding of anything. It's not to say we want to be ignorant or we don't want to understand things, but, really the worship, how we can develop our heart's hankering of worship, that's the thing that's of primary importance. And that everything by, like as Leela Moy Prabhu was saying before, if we can relay, Gurudev would say it regularly, we have to become fit recipients for this divine current, this divine substance. And then everything becomes manifest in our heart by the grace of that current, which is coming from up to down. And if the more that we can to surrender ourselves, and okay, then all these different months and these different years and these different personalities, and it's not that we want to focus on any of it like too anyway, I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's a progression. As we move through our lives, then the deeper and deeper we can surrender ourselves. Every time another cycle comes around, like we're moving through cycle, what appears to be cycles of time in this world, and then each time there's these like this astrological reality and all of these different things. I mean, they have some importance and they have different influences, but the main thing is, how do we offer ourselves to those different junctions, those different points where these different personalities have some prominent remembrance? They're appearing, they're disappearing. We want to focus on the personality rather than the structure of how they come into being, and why is this? And it's like, well, it doesn't really matter why. What matters is how are we worshiping them, and we're just grateful that there is some reason that they did appear and that we have some opportunity to connect with that. But sorry that we can't be more erudite and give you a better answer as to why.
Oh, we have a text here. Sivarupa shared with us. Exactly, I don't know where she got this, except from Holy Talks, from the book Sri Chaitanya Sarasvati, Volume 1. Maybe you can read for us?
You can read? Yeah. I can't see it from here.
Okay. Closer. Okay.
Okay, the holy month of Kartik by Srila Bhakti-Rakshak Srinadev Goswami Maharaj. Ashvini Varuni Kirtika. Ashvini Varuni Kirtika. Kirtika is the name of the third daughter of Daksha. It was a custom in Brajamandal to name one's daughter after one of the daughters of Daksha Prajapati. So Radharani's mother's name was Kirtika, and Radharani is called Kartiki. the sense that she is born from Kirtika. So regarding the holy month of Kartik, Sanatan Goswami has given the clue. Masanam Margashirsha. Krishna says, of all months, the month of Margashirsha, November, December, represents me. Kartika precedes Margashirsha or Agrahayan. So Kartika month, therefore, has some reason to be conceived of as representing Radharani. Okay, as Krishna represents Margashirsha, it can follow that the goddess representing the preceding month, Kartika, represents Radharani. Kartika month is the month of the vow known as Ujjavrata. Ujjasvari is also a name of Radharani. Ujja means resources. All resources culminate in her. She commands all resources. The Shakti, power, or resources are commanded by her. So the vow followed in the month of Kartik, known as Ujjavrat, goes ultimately to the connection of Ujjeswari, Sri Radhika, and thus the Vaishnavas lay stress upon the observance of Kartika, especially with the aspiration of satisfying Radharani to attain her service and the service of Krishna. We're also told that in that month, the gopis observe the worship of Katyayani with the internal aim of satisfying the Devi, goddess. Nanda Gopa Shutam Devi Patime Kurute Nama. That was their internal prayer to the Devi Yogamaya. Please manage in such a way that we can have the service of the son of Nanda in our own hearty way. With that prayer, the Kartik Brat was observed by them. So we also lay some special stress on the observance of the last portion of Chaturmasya, known as Kartik Brat. And that is exclusively connected with service of the gopis, Radharani and Krishna. And Srimad Bhagavatam also comes to encourage us in the line of the gopis' worship of Katyayani. With that spirit within, we observe the last month of Chaturmasya more attentively. So that's an excerpt from Holy Talks from the book Sri Chaitanya Saraswati, Volume 1.
Thank you, Saibarupa.
Yeah, thanks, Saibarupa. She's always coming up with little gems for us. But, you know, you see there that it's the gopis, it's Guru Maharaj is explaining, you know, in their own hearty way. So it's always about the heart. You know, we need to connect to heart with heart, you know, and they're praying to Yoga Maya, we're saying there, because, you know, Yoga Maya is an expansion of Radharani and she's, you know, making everything possible for the service, you know, for Radharani's service to Krishna, actually. So it's that again, Mahaprabhu came to in that same mood of extending, you know, like that Yoga Maya is expanding out because of Srimati Radharani's desire to serve Krishna. And so that is extending to, you know, all directions infinitely, because Srimati Radharani has infinite capacity to serve. And that's our good fortune, that is being expressed out into infinity, which we are part of, luckily. And so we're trying to catch some of that grace and be conscious of that. And so then we're doing these practices because we're trying to be conscious of that grace which is coming and making ourselves more receptive to that current so that we can be of service.
Jai.
Anyway, I'm just trying to be of service. Anyway.
With that in mind, let's always be 100% available to serve the Vaishnavas, serve our masters, and big jais to our masters. Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai. Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Shri Bhakti Rakshita Dev Goswami Maharaj ki jai, Bhagwan Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki jai, Shri Rupanuga Gurvarga ki jai, Namacharya Shri Das Thakur ki jai, all unlimited devotees, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Vrinda ki jai, wonderful month of Kartik ki jai, Harinam Sankirtana ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari. Anchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaiva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo.
Leela Moy Prabhu ki.
Ah.
I was going to say we should have chanted Maharaj's pranam while he's not here, but then again, he might hear the replay.
Yes. So,
Quietly, we'll chant.
thank you everyone. Thank you our speakers, our amazing devotees here, and you all. See you next time. Hare Krishna, Dandava Pranams.
Hi to all the assembled devotees, ki jai.
Jai, 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 jai.
Jai to the upcoming tour in South Africa.
Oh, jai. Tagore Brahmanande, Hari Hari Bo.